So we're just going to run a very fun quick search and show you some of the results that we can find with DataJeo in our traffic system. So when I did this on a webinar previously, I asked people to look around them and tell me an inanimate object. And I had a lot of people come back with ballpoint pens and coffee cups and wine glasses, and we ran some searches just to see what we could find. So imagine if you're in the business of selling, and that was my point. Pick anything. What are you selling? And let's see if we can find out how to make better progress with what you have. So let's say, for example, that you were selling coffee cups. So, right, we have coffee cups, and that's our e-com store, our e-commerce store we've set up. We want to sell more of them, and we want to find out how to do that. So let's go and run the search right now for coffee cups. Now, the first thing that DataJeo does is it goes to Google and it says, when I type in that exact search phrase, this is what comes up. So you can see straight away that it's found the top, I think, 20 results if you type that into Google. So what we need to do is now say which ones of these sites are getting the kind of traffic that I think we should be getting. So you can look and see, okay, do you know what? Coffee cups and crayons, that looks like, and of course you can open up the site and have a look for yourself and say, would I like the traffic that this site seems to get? Okay, so I can go on to that one. I can see, for example, editor of coffee cup software, probably not. But there we go. Let's see if we can have cafes, coffee mugs. Yep. So now we can see, there you go, a Target website. That's probably pretty cool. So there we go. Now we've got a few different websites where we can say, this is what we're looking, if we could get the same traffic as these guys, that'd be aced by us. That'd be great. So now the analysis is done, and this takes a few seconds. So I might just pause the video, and I'll come back as this is building up. We can see everything being added, so I can still talk it through. It goes to each individual site, and it runs the analysis. And then what it does is aggregate all of the results back together for you in a way that we'll be able to use. So we'll be able to see this changing as all of these sites are analyzed and come back in. So let's have a bit of a look quickly and see what's starting to come back in. So first things first, when I'm looking to advertise for coffee cups, I would see that mobile is the dominant platform. So I really want to make sure I'm advertising into the mobile space. That's 2 to 1. So I can literally just focus here and be picking up 65% of the traffic and cut my costs straight away. So let's, as we go through, organic competitors keywords. What this shows is other websites that are advertising for the same keywords, and I can see those percentages of traffic coming through. I can see the top searches, sorry, what this one is, the top keywords for these particular domains that we've chosen to go and analyze. And I can add these to the lists as well. So I'll keep going down. I'll come back in just a second. The referrals. What sites are referring traffic to these ones that we've asked to analyze? Now, why is that a good thing? Because if I wanted to sell more coffee cups, I'd be wanting to put my ads on these websites, right? And of course, I can add those to a list as we go. The social referrals, really interesting. If you were going to run Facebook ads trying to sell coffee cups, I think you'd be better off running it on Pinterest. Again, good to know. Now we can start to have a related links in categories. Let's have a look at what we've got here. So we've got things that actually show people who were on these websites. What other websites did they visit in the same browsing session? So I can see that these websites were also visited when people went to the ones we've asked to analyze. Why is that important? Again, if I wanted the traffic, this is where I would be a wise person to advertise on. Okay? When I look at the traffic sources, I can start to see, so Google's getting a decent amount of traffic, Pinterest as we said, and I can start to look at the images and the mail activities that are coming through, okay? Bing, Yahoo, Yandex, etc. I can see what outgoing links, again, why is that important? I can see where these sites are linking to, again, great advertising opportunities. I can see similar sites, so I can reanalyze these similar sites. I can go through and say, hey, that looks like one as well, I'd like to reanalyze that. I can start to see where my traffic's coming from. So that's all the cool stuff to start with. But then we get into some really interesting things. So let's start with keyword planning, for example, and start to go through where would we, what keywords would we need to focus on, and we can start to see the competitiveness. So I can start to find low competition, high traffic keywords for this particular one that I'm chasing. I can start to here see in Google, YouTube, and Amazon what categories and what search words are being written into these platforms. And again, I can reanalyze specifically for those keywords. I can look at the brand creative. Now, this is actually going to show me the exact ads that are being run to drive traffic to those particular sites. Pretty cool. I can start to see on the social media, if I was going to reach these customers, these are the top YouTube channels I should be advertising on, the top Facebook pages, and the top Twitter accounts that I should be sending my ads out to. Now you can add those to a list and simply run your ads direct to the top channels straight away right from DataJeo. Let's have a look at, for example, the Facebook interest group. So these groups within Facebook, and you can see the members, you can start to add these ones to, so you can select certain ones or all and add them to your audience building. So when you're running your ads, you can really start to fine tune that in. So I just wanted to run that really quickly. We can see straight away loads and loads of information about coffee cups. I could have never sold a coffee cup before in my entire life, and with this information I'd be able to start a lot further down the track than most people do. So I would be able to run my search and quickly go to the audience that I'm looking for. Now from there, of course, we get into the tracking side of things, and we can start to do things like, so let me have a look here. We can start to see where those ads are coming from. Let's get into my reporting here. I can start to see my traffic sources. Let me go to Webinar Geo. So I can start to see which campaigns are generating the most returns. I can start to see where the visitors are coming from, how often, and if you can see here, for example, this particular visitor has visited our site twice, and I can see the flow of where they went and how they came to visit us. I can start to see if I've got the upsell, the heat maps on, let me go to this one, where we've got a heat map installed. I can start to optimize, this is the upsell with DataJeo, but I start to see the actual heat map of where people are concentrating on, so I can really optimize my website from that perspective. So from a simple search for a keyword, I can run and fine-tune my advertising. I can eliminate that first initial run at advertising where I'm tweaking. You know, where you set up your ads and you're trying to find out who is your target audience and who is really going to be clicking. That's what DataJeo is designed to help you with. So that's our quick run. Let's go and see if we've got some other searches that we can run while we're here with you.